To the Queen of Olympus, long may you reign, and may that reign be one of great prosperity and peace, both for your devoted family and subjects, and for you.
We each know I'm not really your queen. You're not even an Olympian. So why did you drop the act? Or if it's not an act, wise up. This is a complicated world. The fates are gone then, yes? According to Hermes? Quite the unfortunate turn of events, if true. Well, if Kronos is bent on vengeance, it only makes sense that he would take it out on them, not just on us.
My friend. About last time. I know that there are others in your life whom you care about, and that makes me glad. You should feel loved. A lot. But look at me. All I can do a lot is weave.
Your size has nothing to do with the love you can give, but how you feel about yourself. It must affect the love you can receive, whether you can believe it to be true.
You make me feel how I used to feel. And back then, back when I used to be myself, you know, we mortals could be just as jealous as the gods. But knowing that you care for me even a little bit, why, it's more than enough. Here, go.
Until we meet again.
Hold on. That's ignium you've got. The flames of the Crossroads Witch. Oh, has the student become the master or some such? Or is she just getting you to do all the dirty work?
I call upon the moon and draw you down.
My ride across the sky tends to be quite a solitary one. I have my steeds to speak to, yes, but it is not the same as when I have the opportunity to speak with you. Which suits you?
Hail, sister. Hey, is it really true Moros himself showed up at your crossroads because you summoned him? As in, you literally invited doom?
It doesn't seem the wisest course when you put it that way. Kronos once was brought low by a prophecy of the three fates. I felt they might be willing to intervene again.
And they did so by sending you the embodiment of misfortune and unforeseen consequences. Well, if that's what the fates have in store, you're going to need this. For your journey. My blessing is yours. All right, I'm off.
Fight on.
I recognize the artifacts you bear. Their broker weapons of infernal origin drink deep the blood of titans and grow strong, as these fate-forged servants of the underworld that thrive on pure nightmare itself.
Sure enough.
You must wear that veil so as not to betray your disappointment, headmistress. All these failures, yet you still do not admonish me.
Oh, silence, Malinoe. For your setbacks, I've boundless patience, but for your petulance, I've none. You ought find a better catalyst for such inner turmoils, as I lack sympathy for them.
That's fine.
Like, yeah. Just totally, I mean, right?
Lotus.
Hey. Don't know how to thank you for the water cleaning thing. Look at how crisp my reflection is. And the color contrast, oh. You've got a real future in water sanitation.
Perhaps the improved image quality will help you start to notice details other than yourself. The effect of the purification should last longer if you do.
What I'm trying to say is, I've decided to give you the greatest gift of all that I've received. So here's something from my private reserve.
Oh. Stick to the seas next time. A tribute for dear Lady Hestia. Your bright flames are a guiding light and bane to all our enemies, though your keen wisdom and fiery spirit spur me on at least as much.
No use buttering me up, you know. What, you think I'm going to withhold the best I've got unless you pay me some nice compliment? I can be petty, sure, but not that petty. What's ignium, is it? Reminds me of those twin torches that old Hecate would always have with her. If these are anything like those, they'll never sputter out. But just in case, we'll keep them nice and hot.
You should hear some of our classic numbers. Oh, but first, our latest hit.
It's her again. Though all alone this time.
All alone this time. Alone this time. This time.
How was your meeting with Narcissus? I'm glad he was decent enough to pay you a visit. I know it must have hurt, but I hope it helped to see him again.
It helped to see him again. Helped to see him again. To see him again.
Father.
This is not how I imagined my daughter would spend the evenings of her youth.
I'm home.
The Fates cannot help you now. You have been busy on the surface, have you not? Paid witness to indomitable fleets that sail toward inevitable victory and the destruction of the Mountain of the Gods.
The only fleet I saw up there was a ramshackle mess whose crew could barely stand, much less put up a fight. No wonder you have failed to take Olympus yet.
My fleets may not be to your standards, girl, but they have one important characteristic which the gods all sorely lack. They are loyal to me to the end, whichever end I deem.
Princess?
Something the matter, Lord Moros? You seem more ill at ease than usual. If there's additional bad news you're at liberty to share, I'm listening.
Oh, it's nothing of the sort, at least for now, Princess. It's just this sensation of uncertainty. Not just in the grander scheme, but even from one evening to the next. I'm still unused to it.
There can be pleasure in the unexpected, but even those of us who never had the gift of foresight struggle in the way that you describe. For me, it helps to focus on a present state of mind, in being here right now.
The now. Thank you, Princess. The flames of ignium intensify for you.
Come here.
Disgusting.
Hey, babe, I kinda got you something. Didn't want to make it a big deal or anything, so here. For always being sweet.
A nectar bottle. Thank you, Eris. Though we're breaking from tradition here. What if we just kept giving each other this same bottle back and forth? What then?
It'd be total anarchy.
Return to us. I recall when I myself first grasped the flames of ignium. I must have been about your age. Now you are possessed of their power.
All it takes is a bit of light to cast a long shadow. Isn't that so, Headmistress? I'll do my best to wield the flames as you have taught.
In your own way, Melinoe.
Welcome, Lord Charon.
What is it? You don't deserve this. Any of this. It's unfair. But you're stuck with it. So the only question is, what are you going to do about it now?
There's no such question in my mind. And what do you even know about fairness or who deserves what?
You almost had me going there.
You be wary of the sorts you meet out there, all right? You find a live one gives you any trouble, you know where to hit them where it hurts.
I most certainly do.
I sensed the growing influence of the goddess Nyx, as though my daughter plunged the world into deeper darkness recently. Yet it was not she who did this. I believe it was you.
Let's go, Homer.
The first time your mother was lost to me, the Witch of the Crossroads emerged from the shadows to light my way as I searched to the ends of the earth. We found not a thing, But at least I was not alone.
How fares the big witch, by the by, my friend? I often see her in these woods, and every now and then she says hello. Makes time for little old Arachne. How ungodlike of her.
Headmistress seems as steady as can be. It's strange. Her confidence in my ability is one of the greatest sources of pressure that I feel. Although, I can't exactly tell her that.
And why ever not? I'd always want to hear the honest truth from you. She's a smart one, no? Likely she knows that something's off. You ought to have a little chat.
Let us together shine this night, O moon.
You have no memory of Nyx. It was the night herself who found me, discarded and unwanted, and erased me from my youth. But when the Titan Kronos took the House of Hades, she was there. I miss her still. Behold.
Artemis and I weren't always close, each keeping to ourselves and all, but working with you in Heck brought us closer. We were so busy sneaking around, helped knowing we didn't have to sneak around each other.
Welcome. Your staff takes on an unexpected form. Last I saw it thus was on a distant isle in the seas above, where the enchantress Circe plied her trade.
This is the form Discura took with her. I feel a greater sense of calm and focus now, as though her own experience fused with mine.
Circe knew Discura's next bearer would need it for a task of some import. Thus she lent some of her strength to complement your own.
Wonder how Echo's doing, man. Down in the fields. It's nice and airy over there. Yeah. Be right back.
Narcissus, how did you discover this place anyhow? I'd not expected to have a friendly chat along the outskirts of the underworld.
I always knew my way around the rivers and the seas. After I died, I got stuck in Asphodel for a while. Way too dry. So once the underworld opened up, I swam straight here, where it's cool. Anytime.
Into the purse.
Decided.
Here's the gold.
I trust this message finds you well. We must remain in close communication as best we can, even if it means employing the services of your underworld's boatmen every so often.
The might of the heavens.
You again. All right, guys, this is it. This is the big one. Our big break. Right here.
Echo, how have you been?
Have you been? You been?
I like to keep up with current events, and I hear you gave that loudmouth Scylla and her siren hangers-on quite the performance of your own. Too bad their godlike nature means they can't be killed, but they can certainly be shamed.
Hello again, my girl. Have you once marveled at the ever-turning gears in Tartarus? My little contribution to the underworld's design? A steady means of moving things along. I call it clockwork. A cycle without end. Akin to the turning of the seasons.
I'm not here for a tour. That clockwork could have only come from you. An eyesore, going nowhere, groaning all along.
Going nowhere? One with capacity for magic ought espouse a deeper understanding of this world. We are always going somewhere. The future, my girl. Into the future. is catching up with me. How is this possible?
For Schelemeus. There.
One rightly may imagine that this tale has a very thrilling end, although I'm afraid for now that we are out of time.
Ow! Return to Shadow now.
Oh, finally. Do what you gotta do. I'm not even here. I'm starting to get the feeling maybe I liked this stuff back when I had eyeballs and so on.
Doesn't matter whether you liked it then. What matters is you like it now.
Heard the
Come
good
along
news.
then.
I've been attempting what you said before, to focus on a present state of mind. It's proving difficult, because my mind invariably drifts to many possibilities of negative outcomes.
I'm familiar with that feeling. We have to consider favorable outcomes side by side and plan for them. Then, at a certain point, all we can do is hope.
Hope. I much prefer a sense of certainty. It's odd to think that my sisters, the Fates, to others represent sheer chance. Matters beyond one's control. Yet to me they made everything so clear. I'd rather trust than hope.
You can do both.
Good work.
Headmistress, there must be something we can do for Arachne. Her curse torments her. What use is our craft if we cannot ease a friend's suffering?
Arachne's fate is not yours to undo. It's a matter between her and Athena. I suggest you leave it well alone.
How did you know it was between her and Athena?
I do not care for your insinuations, Milinoe.
Fine work there. If you run into anything bad whilst you're out there, you come talk to me about it. Chances are I've seen it, fought it, otherwise gotten past it, and can offer some advice.
Definitely.
I ought to be the one honoring you, Goddess. My inclination is to save this for the moment of our victory, but it's good to have in reserve in case of some emergency, you understand?
I understand indeed. And you already honor me with your friendship, Odysseus, as well as with your knowledge about how to deal swift death.
Whilst I appreciate the gesture and the drink, it is entirely unneeded on your part. Have I not conditioned you to resist the temptations of unspoken contracts such as this?
I know not to expect anything in return, Headmistress. The act of giving needs to be sufficiently rewarding in itself. And please believe me that it is with you.